I have a couple of questions on Jenin, but since you mentioned a milestone of 500 days, I want to ask you, do you know how many days has it been since the Palestinians have been occupied by Israel?
I do not.
Well, not including today, 20,475, not including today, facing a very brutal occupation. Unlike the Ukrainians, the Palestinians are not afforded the right to self-defense. Facing against Apache helicopters, American-supplied weapons, and so on. Kids throwing stones at these weapons that you supply so generously to Israel, and so on. Do you believe that the Palestinian people in Jenin have a right to defend themselves?
Let me just say, first of all, with respect to the comparison to Ukraine, the United States does not believe these two situations are comparable. I'm not going to litigate all the differences here at the podium, but in no way do we believe there's a comparison to be drawn here. Let me speak about. Let me speak about Jenin.
Are the Palestinians occupied or not? Have they been, at least as you have acknowledged, been occupied since 1967, June 5, which makes it 20,475
days. We have said that in the past, and our position has not changed.
So how is it not compared?
It is not in any way related to Ukraine.
Okay, I'm not relating to Ukraine. Do you believe that the Palestinians, it is high time that the Palestinians have become free of military occupation?
We believe that there should be a two-state solution, as we have said for a long time. You and I have engaged in this conversation before.
We have,
it continues to be our policy.
But you know what? I mean, last week, what you guys said, that we saw all this destruction and the killing, a refugee camp, people being displaced for the second and third, probably the fourth time in their life. And what do you say? You say Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel goes into a refugee camp.
Israel does have the right.
Refugee camp.
So
do the Palestinians have a right to defend
Israel
themselves?
does have a right to defend itself. Right. We support Israel's. Let me finish. I've let you talk for a while. We support Israel's security and the right to defend its people against Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and other terrorist groups. Right. At the same time, it is imperative to take all possible steps to protect civilians from harm and facilitate humanitarian and reconstruction supplies for the benefit of the people of Jenin, like restoring electricity and water services.
Mm-hmm. So would the United States wish to step in and to protect the Palestinians? Do you believe that the Palestinian people, the civilians, need protection?
We believe that Israelis and Palestinians alike deserve to live with equal measures of dignity, prosperity. It is why we are such fervent advocates of the two-state solution and continue to be so.
The Secretary General of the United Nations said that Israel used excessive force in Jenin. Do you agree with the Secretary General of the United Nations?
I'm not going to speak to specifically to his comments, but I will say, as I said before, we support Israel's security and its right to defend itself against Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and other terrorist groups.